What if an AI could actually imagine the future? I'm not just talking about calculating probabilities. I mean, what if it could run a full on simulation of the world inside its own, well, mind to see what might happen next? It sounds like something straight out of sci fi, right? But it's actually becoming a reality. The tech behind it? It's called a world model.
And this quote from a research blog, it just nails it. This is learning within a dream. See, we're not just talking about an AI crunching data. We're talking about something way cooler. It's about an AI building its own little abstract version of the world and then using that model to practice, to plan, to basically dream up all the possibilities before it ever makes a single move. Okay, so why is this such a big deal? Well, just think about a self-driving car trying to navigate a crazy city street. It can't just react to what's happening, right? That's too slow. It has to anticipate. It's got to be constantly running these little what-if scenarios. What if that car swerves? Is that person going to step off the curb? That ability, that's what we're talking about. That's the world model in action. So let's get right to it. What is a world model, really? It sounds super complex, I know, but the basic idea is actually pretty easy to grasp. We're going to peek inside the AI's mind. Okay, at its heart, a world model is basically the AI's own personal, miniature simulation of its world. Think of it like a virtual sandbox. It's a place where the AI can learn the fundamental rules, physics, cause and effect, that kind of stuff. And because it has this sandbox, it can play out tons of different scenarios in its head to see what would happen, all without ever having to do anything in the real world.
And this is where it gets really different from the kind of AI you might be used to. Most AI learns by doing, right? It has to actually crash the car 1,000 times in a simulation to learn, hey, maybe don't do that. But an AI with a world model, it learns by predicting. It can run 1,000,000 crash scenarios inside its own super fast internal dream, learning the exact same lesson but without any of the real-world mess. It's just so much more efficient and obviously a whole lot safer. So, the big question is, how does an AI actually build this dream world? Well, a really important paper from back in 2018 gave us the blueprint. And you know what? It's surprisingly elegant. Let's dive in and see how it all fits together.
To figure this out, the researchers started with something fun, a simple little car racing game. The goal was straightforward. Just drive around the track as fast as you can. And by watching how the AI cracks this puzzle, we can actually see the 3 key parts of any world model. Okay, so the whole blueprint really boils down to 3 steps. First up, you've got vision. The AI uses a cool piece of tech, a variational autoencoder, that basically acts like a super-powered summarizer. It looks at the whole game screen with all those pixels and squishes it all down into just 32 numbers. That's it. That's the AI's entire abstract idea of the world. Then there's memory. A different kind of network takes that 32-number summary and an action, say, turn left, and it predicts what the next 32 numbers are going to be. It's literally predicting the future inside its own dream. And finally, you have the controller. This is the part that actually makes the decisions. And what's crazy is it's super simple. It just looks at the summary of now and the prediction of next to pick its move. And here is the part that will absolutely bake your noodle. Get this. The controller, the piece of the AI that's actually driving the car, it never, ever sees the real game screen. Not the pixels, not anything. It lives and breathes and makes all its decisions entirely within that compressed 32-number dream world. It's making choices based on its idea of the world, not the messy raw data. And that was the big breakthrough, separating the hard job of seeing from the much simpler job of deciding what to do. Okay, so mastering a simple video game is one thing. That's pretty cool. But how do you take that elegant little blueprint and scale it up to handle the absolute chaos of a real city street? Well, the core ideas are actually the same, but as you can imagine, the complexity just goes through the roof. I mean, the leap here is just huge. We're not talking about one little game screen anymore. A real car is using a ton of cameras plus LiDAR sensors. And its internal dream, it's not just 32 numbers. It's something called a 4D occupancy grid. The easiest way to think about that is like a living, breathing 3D map of everything around the car that's also predicting where all that stuff is going to be in the next second. And of course, the goal isn't just winning a race anymore. It's about getting you through a complicated city without a scratch. And this brings us right to the cutting edge, to the really big challenges that researchers are wrestling with right now. Like, how do you get an AI to learn about the world without needing people to sit there and label every single car, tree, and stop sign? How do you get it to perfectly blend what its cameras see with what its LiDAR senses? And maybe the biggest one,
How do you take these massive, powerful models and shrink them down so they can actually run on the little computer that fits inside a car? These are the puzzles they're solving as we speak.
But here's what's really exciting to me. This whole idea, it's so much bigger than just self-driving cars. The ability to create a predictive model of any kind of world, man, the potential there is just staggering.
Think about it. If an AI can learn the rules of a city street, why not the rules of a video game, or a movie set, or a factory floor? And that's exactly what's happening. People are already using this stuff to generate entire interactive worlds for games, to help design visual effects, and this one's huge, to train robots safely in a simulation before they're ever let loose in the real world.
So when you boil it all down, world models aren't just another little update for AI. No way. They are a genuine paradigm shift in how we think about building intelligent machines. We are literally moving away from machines that just react to what's in front of them and toward agents that build their own internal understanding of the world. And that lets them imagine, plan, and predict what's coming next.
Which leaves us with a pretty wild thought to end on. We started this whole journey with an AI learning to dream about a simple little video game. Today, we're building AIs that can dream about the incredibly complex rules of our own physical world. So the real question, the one we have to ask, is what will they dream up next?